Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of all right, what day is it today? It is Saturday. Are we having fun? Yeah, we sure are. Welcome to another edition of Get Live Trading. My name is Janet Legere, and along with my wonderful partner, Dawn, we are your hosts each Saturday as we share some of the strategies we've used over the years to help build our list, build our business, and make money online. That is why you're here, right? To learn how to make more money online. Well, today's call is going to be very applicable to that. Number one, I want to remind you to be happy. Okay, that's the number one job you have in life, in business, in everything. I hope you understand that your number one goal in life is to be happy. That's it. It's as simple as that. As far as everything else goes, there are strategies and there are activities that you need to do to build your business. And while you're doing them, you need to be happy. Well, today we have an extra special call in store for you today, and I know it's really going to help because we're going to be talking about following up with your prospects, leads, and referrals. I know that this is a challenge for many. Yes, you don't really have any challenge getting people through systems. You have challenges connecting, following up, making contact, having people listen to what you're saying. Yes? Is that a challenge for anyone here? Getting people to respond. We're going to talk a lot about that today. There's a few misconceptions out there online, and I want to clear it up. I want things to change for you guys. And remember, the very first thing we need to change is that this is where we need to be all the time. Be happy. Happy. On our morning motivator call, we've been reading the book E Cubed, and we've been playing the first game, the first experiment, and that's all about being happy and just saying thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything that's good. Thank you for everything that's not. Thank you for the experiences. Thank you for all the experiences. Are you having a wonderful day today? I sure hope so, because I am. We're going to start our call with just a little bit about who Dawn and I are, where we came from, why you even want to listen to us. And then we get into my favorite part of the call, where I get to sit back and be inspired by the man who inspires me every day, the love of my life, Mr. Don Legere. And then we'll get into the training aspect of our call, where we'll talk in depth about following up with your prospects, leads, and referrals. Just want to remind you guys, our calls are very generic and open, and we remind you to not share your personal or business information in the text chat, Referrals, and Skype IDs or emails, but we do ask you to engage. We love you to comment and ask questions. We just ask that you keep your conversation on topic, and we'll have a great time. Sound good? I thought so. Well, let's get started, shall we? Who the heck are we, and why would you want to listen to us? Well, to be honest with you, we've been here for more than 15 years. Are we where we want to be? We have been many times, up and down, around and around, and right now I'm in the middle, and I'm loving it. Okay, I'm having more fun right now than I ever had. I'm in the middle of reinventing myself. What does that mean? It means I'm going to do more of what I've been doing. It means I'm getting back to grassroots basics, and that's really what all of my training and everything I do here online is about, is grassroots training. I find that as soon as I get away from grassroots, things begin to fall apart. So we're back to basics because I know that's what works. Don and I have been here for more than 15 years. We actually met online more than 16 years ago. Best day of my life, or one of. And we've been together ever since. We actually met online. How appropriate is that, that we found ourselves working online a year later. We both came from the corporate background. We're both in the financial background. Dawn on opposite ends of the scale, though, as Dawn was in banking and employee benefits, and I was on the accounting side. So you may or may not realize that accounting and banking are opposite ends of the scale. They do things backwards. And so we have a different view on that kind of thing, but we have the same view on life, and that is be happy. And ever since I met Don, I have been happy. He taught me that happiness comes from within, and that's something that we've all been working on together at the Morning Motivator, is finding that happiness within, because that's when life changes, right? Well, One of my happy things, one of the things that helps me turn my happy button on is doing all this training. I find that it's something I love doing. I have a passion for turning people on to the simple activities that can really help make a difference here online. And I'm excited to mentor and work with people who really want to take their life and their business to different levels. That's my passion. And so I'm here because I love to be here. And if I had all the money in the world, I'd still be here. Might be in a different place. I don't know. I really can't say that. I just know that I can't imagine doing anything else because this is what I love doing. Dawn and I have a lot of fun together. It's the #1 activity in our portfolio, having fun. Back in 2003, one of our businesses kind of crashed and burned, and it was a big learning lesson for us to not put all your eggs in one basket and to really focus on what's important. And what I discovered in 2003, that what's important is your list, because it was that list that helped us grow again, and it's that list that always helps us grow. We currently own and operate the Contact List Builder, which was re-released back in 2011. So that's like 3 years ago, going on 4, almost 2015. Whoa. We teach the basics of list building with a focus on personal branding and relationship building. And today we're going to be talking a lot about building relationships, so I hope you're going to stay tuned and take lots of notes. But for now, I want you to sit back, relax, and be inspired, because Dawn has a little bit different perspective on life than most of you may have. He and I have not different views on life, but just different ways of expressing it, and I just love listening to him. He's very well versed. I love his voice, of course, because he just makes me tingle all over. So without further ado, please a nice warm round of applause for the man that inspires me every day with his view on life and living, Mr. Don Legere. Take it away, my love.
Good morning, everyone. Can we all hear me okay? Is my mic at a reasonable level? I'm not blowing anyone's speakers out or anything, am I? We're good, are we? Excellent. Good morning, everyone. Good to have you here. Yeah, well, actually, I do love that quote. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And I'm in the process of looking at a number of things that I want to have change in my life. And when you stop for a moment and take a different view of things, a topside view, an elevated view of things, it, things aren't that bad. Things are actually pretty good out there. And I know, the economy sucks and everything. Everybody's always talking about the unemployment rate. But that's our advantage because we're home business people. That's our advantage because, a lot of people are looking for work. And we could show people a way that they can earn extra income along with what they're doing now that can absolutely elevate them to the next level of lifestyle. And to me, that's exciting. We tend to, as business people, spend too much time looking at everything from the inside out, not the outside in. So we have a very skewed view of what the opportunities really are out there. We allow things to come in to influence our decision making based on what the majority believes is happening out there in the universe. We as individuals have to capture those periods of economic weakness, these periods of economic strife, and get out there and get people in action. And the more you're in action, the more you will be able to elevate other people's action to take to take to take care of themselves, to take care of their families, because that is exactly what everyone is looking to do. Listen, we're coming from a period of time where things were structured in a way. You'd go to school, you'd learn how to be a productive person in the manufacturing process, you'd earn a pension, you'd retire, and they'd pay you for life. Well, those days are long gone. We all know that. So we're at a time now where we have to start looking at things in a more of a communal type of a nature. So as you build your business, that is your tribe. That's your community. That is your economic unit to growth. And the more you inspire this little economic group to growth, then you're going to make some more money. They're going to make some more money. And everyone will start moving forward in a momentum that becomes infectious. It becomes infectious to their families and friends. I know that when Janet and I, our one of our programs is a health program. And Janet and I have been on the health regime for the past, I don't know, 2 months, 2 years, sorry, 2 years, 2 months. And the family, the people we know, they're all coming up to us and going, "What are you doing? How come you're not aging? What are you doing differently?" And, right from there, we have a market started. And that was with very little work on our part. On another part, where you are out there in the marketplace as a business person, we have to learn to keep our eyes open. When people start asking you about why you're doing this or why you're not aging or why this, why that, you have your business card ready and you send them to your website. And from the website, you follow up with them. Janet's going to talk about more follow-up today, but I wanted to talk a few more things. Whenever you're out and about, make sure you have business cards with you. Whenever you're out and about, have something where you can strike up a conversation, give someone give your server a compliment for being a very gracious server and excellent service, and give them your card and let them know you're looking for people like that. They'll go have a look because they're looking for some change in their life as well. They're looking for some change where they don't necessarily have to stop doing what they're doing now, where it can be in addition to. And eventually it can be something that can take over for, so that people are in a much better place. So, when we change the way we look at things, the things that you look at change. It's not a poor economy. It's a fantastic economy for us. We just have to get out there and promote ourselves. Things aren't bad out there. Things are actually pretty good. People are looking for help, and help we can give them. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the greatest week you could have possible. May it be even better than you could even hope or imagine. And with that, Jan, I'll give the room back to you. Thank you, everyone.
Well, when you change the way you look at things, things you look at definitely do change. And we all know that. We all experience that on a day-to-day basis. Dawn, that was a great talk, just reminding everyone that, you can look at how bad things are or you can look at how good things are. And if you guys look back on history, it doesn't matter how bad or good the economy is. There's always people who thrive, yes? Regardless of what's going on, have you ever noticed them? Always those people who thrive. Well, you can be one of those people too. And I truly believe that the secret to all of that is in your follow-up. The secret to all of that is really understanding what follow-up is and how you can master this art. Let's face it, and I think and by the way, thank you, Dawn. That was wonderful. Great talk today. If you guys think about it, your job here on the internet is to build your list, to get people on that list, to get connected with people, yes? I'll agree that the only way you're going to build a business on the internet is by finding those people, getting connected with those people, getting them into your system, and that's mechanical. That doesn't require any special skill. Do you guys agree with me? Finding contacts, building a list, feeding people into a system does not require any special skills. You simply need to have a system, know where to advertise, and advertise. It's all mechanical. Would you guys agree? Yes, no, maybe so? Maybe I'm putting you all to sleep. I think we have quite a lag out there. That's the challenge. You guys would agree that the things you need to do every day are mechanical. Maybe that's part of the problem, because those mechanical things can seem pretty boring sometime, and they may seem like you're spending all your time doing that. And if you are, we need to talk. But the truth of the matter is that is where you're spending your activity in the beginning, is getting people on your list, doing the mechanical things. They're mechanical. It takes no special skill to do that. Building your list is not hard, okay? It's not. People make it hard because they get distracted, because there's a lot they think they need to learn. And the truth of the matter is there isn't a lot you need to learn. You need to follow a few simple steps. We teach them at Contact List Builder. And today I want to talk about the other part of this, the part that's missing for you, the part that somewhere along the line we've missed the beat, the part that can be a challenge, the part that you really need, and that is following up. So today we're going to talk about why it's so important to master this skill, when you should follow up, how your autoresponder works and doesn't work. Then we're going to get into the different types of follow-up. Now, one thing I want to say is that in my mind, follow-up has two aspects, all right? And I want you to consider this, because I think it's one area that people get really confused in. So the first aspect of follow-up, and there's a few aspects to it, but there are two sides to it. One is for you to get to know who your prospect is, and the other side is for your prospect to get to know who you are. Do you get that? Your job is to get to know your prospect and to help your prospect get to know you. That's what follow-up is all about. And I hear often from many of you that you're having a real challenge getting people to respond. They're not answering your requests. They're not saying hi when you respond. They're not answering your emails. They're just not responding. You send them messages on Facebook, they don't respond. You try to have conversations, they don't respond. Is that a common challenge out there, getting people to reply? I mean, building your list, if you're not building your list, we need to talk, okay? Send me a Skype message, because if you're not building your list, then you're not doing the activities we teach, because building your list is mechanical. It's the follow-up that's the challenge. You guys are building your list. You're getting people in the systems, but they're not doing anything. That's what I hear day in and day out. And I sit here and I shake my head and I'm thinking, how could they not be doing anything? Where are we missing that piece? And I think this is where we're missing that piece, is that your follow-up is lacking. Hate to tell you this, guys. Hate to burst your bubble. I know you think you're doing everything possible. And the truth of the matter is you're not. Because everything possible will get people responding. And I mean, I don't want you to think I'm beating up on you here. I'm not. The truth of the matter is everything possible simply means that you never stop. Just because they're not responding doesn't mean anything. It simply means you haven't found the magic key. Follow-up is about getting your prospects to get to know who you are for real. Not about you just selling products, but why are you selling them? Follow-up is about what you're about. This is how they get to know the real you, not the marketing you. They want to hear from you. They don't always want a sales letter. They don't always want to be sold. They want to know you care. It's where they discover how and why you do business the way you do. It's where you share what you're doing, how it's working for you. It's where your prospects discover what they're looking for. Because as you share what's working for you, they're going to say, well, that's what I want. And it's more than that. It's about you finding out who are your contacts. Who are these people? Who the heck are they? How do you get through to them? You get through to them by always sending out something new, by becoming creative. Now, some of you are sitting there going, oh, I'm not really that creative. I have a struggle with this. This is the area I'm just not sure about. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, now that Don't get me wrong here, guys, all right? You do need to learn to connect with people, and you do need to learn to have conversations, and you do need to learn how to have those conversations so they work. That all is about getting to know your prospects, and I know that you can't get to know your prospects if they don't respond. So how do you get them to respond? This is it's a catch-22, right? Just like the cart before the horse, whatever you want to call it. But it's all about you reaching out to your prospects whenever you can. Because the more you do it, the more you have a chance that they're going to actually get something that they want to hear. Am I making sense? So I hear people say, I'm following up, I'm doing this, I send emails, nobody's responding, I'm not getting anybody to respond. You have to change your approach. That's all. It means that what you're doing isn't working for the people you have yet. And you just have to keep going at it. So when should you follow up? Every single chance you get. This is your full-time job. Your full-time job is following up, getting out there, and figuring out that magic key for you. Because I can tell you right now that, I can teach you what I'm doing, and if you do it exactly as I do, it may work for you. But the truth of the matter is, it's you that works. It's you that's going to attract people to you your way. And while you can adapt to situations and to programs, and there are programs that work on their own, they've got the sales copy, that's fine. I want to reach a deeper part of you that goes beyond the systems, because the systems fail without the people. Agreed? And we all know that it can be a challenge to get in touch with the people. And that's simply about always reaching out, always reaching out, always reaching out, always reaching out. When someone subscribes to your list, you want to follow up personally. Yes, your autoresponders out there working. I know. But you need to work too. When someone adds you to Facebook, Skype, other social media, people tell me that, they have a hard time finding people, and I just shake my head. I find I don't have enough hours in the day to follow up with all the people that I could follow up with on all the social networks, everywhere I am. So on a daily basis, I pick, this is where I'm going to focus on my people today, and then I'm going to focus over here tomorrow, and I will find those people, and it works very, very well. But it's all about you finding your own little voice. And that may be a challenge for some of you. And hopefully today's call will help you with that. When someone joins you in a program, that's definitely a major time to follow up, especially if you start seeing them become active. When you see them, and how do you see them becoming active? Well, if you're a part of our Contact List Builder program, that's very easy. Or if you're part of a program that has a funnel, which means that there are programs in that program. So when someone comes to Contact List Builder, and then I start getting notification that they signed up in GVO, and they signed up in Ad Creator, and they signed up in Tracker.me, and then I see them signing up in, the Prospect Geyser programs and the other programs, and I know, I've got someone who's following the system, who understands downline builders. That's somebody I really want to get in touch with. Does that make sense? That's an active person. That's somebody who's in there, they're doing it, they're following it, they understand, they're on it. Now, I have people in my circle of friends that I talk with, and we talk about follow-up, and I'll ask them, have you sent an email to your downline? Oh, no, not yet. Because they think that the emails from the system are working, and they don't want to intrude on people. I take a different point of view. I think you need to intrude on them, because I think they're ignoring your autoresponder messages, and they need to hear from you personally. And I think you need to follow up with them, and whenever you get an idea. Hey, I'm sitting here at my desk today. I've got a couple hours. I'd love to connect with a few of you. Are you available? Have you ever thought of sending that message out? It's a good one. Your job here is to Get people to reply, get people to respond, and you don't ever stop doing that. If they don't respond to what you did today, do something different tomorrow. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and you don't ever change how you feel about it. Because the truth of the matter is, you know what? You're out here looking and searching for your magic button, and you're going to find it. You need to spend every day feeding your funnel, meaning getting people into your system, finding the right places, finding the right people. There's no magic button to this. Now, I know you guys see that there's programs out there and there are people out there, and man, they've got these systems and they're just making money hand over fist. I'll let you in on a secret. Those people are investing an awful lot of money into advertising and promotions to get those results. Those aren't happening at the click of a button. And if you believe they are, we need to have an honest chat, okay? There is a method to way things are working, and it's really a lot about how you're working the methods. But follow up, that we got two sides of internet marketing, and internet marketing is a strange fellow. There are 1,000,001 ways to do it, and at the end of the day, the idea of success online is about building your list and having a system. Building your list and having a system that your list is fed to. We call it a funnel. It could be just your autoresponder. If you're building your list, your autoresponder messages could simply send your subscribers to the different programs that you're a part of. That's a funnel. You may be part of a program like Contact List Builder, and there's many of them out there where somebody joins and then they're directed to follow the system. We teach them the system. So there's two ways that this can be happening. But it's all about getting people on that autoresponder list. Yes, that's number one. But let's talk about our autoresponder, because the autoresponder can only do so much. And people will begin to recognize that that's the autoresponder messages coming out. Now, your job is to add to the autoresponder, to be a part of that list. Your autoresponder is there to educate your reader on your business. It introduces them to your products and services that you offer. How many of you recognize that your autoresponder gives you the ability to broadcast to your subscribers anytime you want? Now, you don't want to abuse this privilege. You want to make sure that when you are connecting with your subscribers, that you're offering value, that you're connecting with them for a reason. And do you have a reason? I sure hope so. I hope you're as excited as punch about whatever it is you're doing online. So that when you connect with them, you can connect on that level. You can be happy and tell them why. You can say you're so excited about this business, and you're so excited because you just found a new resource that's helping you get more leads. You can connect and say, hey, I'm sitting at my computer right now, and I'd love to connect with you. And if nobody responds to you, so what? Act like somebody did. How would it feel if somebody responded to you and you had a great conversation? Would that feel pretty good? Good, that's how you feel, even if nobody responds. And then the next day you do it again and you write something different. Or you try it at a different time. But I can tell you something. The only way this isn't going to work for you is if you stop trying. If you stop making it work. So let's talk about the different kinds of follow-up, because the truth of the matter is people are going to be coming to you from all over, not just your list. Number one, you have your new subscribers. And yes, your autoresponder is doing the work for you. And I have conversations with people all the time when I ask them if they're following up with their subscribers, and they say, my autoresponder is doing that. There are a lot of people on the internet that want a hands-off business. They just want to plug into a system, they want to advertise, and they want the system to build the business. Anybody here want that? I hope not. Those systems really are just designed to get the ball rolling. Those systems are designed to get people in there, to get them intrigued. Magic happens when you become part of the system. You, the person, I can tell you right now that people who are highly successful don't get that way because they have a system. They get that way because they're personally connecting with people. Now, if the people that you're attempting to connect with are not connecting back, then there are two things that you need to do. Number one, change your message. Number two, get different people. Go and find different people. Keep adding to your list. Get creative. Where can you look? Where can you go and try? What can you do today? What can you do differently today that you did yesterday to get people to respond to you? If what you're doing isn't working, then you need to change it, yes? Because if you keep doing what you're doing and you expect to get different results, well, you know that's a little bit insane, right? New friends on social networks. This could keep you busy 24/7. It is an effective way to build your business if you do it correctly. When someone friends you on a social network, and especially if you're sitting there, you want to make sure you connect right away. This can be very powerful. Again, it's all about having those conversations and understanding how to have them. We're going to talk about those in a moment. New Skype contacts. How many of you here use Skype? Is there anyone here who's not using Skype? I'm pretty sure I have you out. If you don't yet have me on your Skype list, please add me. There's my Skype. Everywhere I go, everything I do includes my Skype ID. Every email I send, every message I send, I invite people to add me to Skype. Why? Because I can see when they're online. I can have a conversation with them right now. I can click the button and talk to them. I can share links with them. I can find out more what they're doing. I can go and visit their links. I can do so much. I can share desktop. I can have a relationship with somebody. Almost as good as being in person. Actually, in some ways it's a little better because in person I can't actually give them a URL for them to click unless I have my tablet with me. But you get what I'm saying? Now, new business leads are people who have joined a program, specifically your main business. Those are people you want to embrace in a big way. Let's get further into follow-up, shall we? Let's talk a little bit about new subscribers. When I get a new subscriber in, and I get many new subscribers every day, the first thing I do is check to see if they have left their Skype ID, because when I'm advertising on the internet, I'm advertising a lead capture page that asks for a Skype ID. Not everyone leaves one. It's just like phone numbers. Not everyone leaves one. That's okay. But the people who do, I grab that Skype ID and I add them to Skype right away. So if I'm sitting here and I get notice that I have a new subscriber, the first thing is click it, their Skype ID, I go to Skype, I add them to Skype. My thinking is, they just sent that email, they must be online. And quite often they are. And so I can have a real conversation with somebody right away. Pretty cool? I think so. So when they subscribe to my list, that's the first thing I do is check to see if they're on Skype and connect with them. I may also see if Facebook. I can go and search their name and see if they're on my friends list, see if I can easily find them. Sometimes that's not so easy. You can send them a personal welcome. If they've left their phone number, give them a call. How many of you call your leads? I'm just curious. How many of you actually pick up the phone and call your leads when they leave a phone number? Anyone? Yeah, Don's pretty good at it. As soon as they come in, he's on his phone. Ring, ring, ring. Anyone else? Yeah, that's what I said. If they leave a phone number, do you give them a call? Georgia does, Don does. Anyone else? Or do you offer to get on Skype with them, even? Like do a Skype call. Do you call? Sometimes. I'm curious why only sometimes, Ricardo. Does it depend where it is? I mean, if you know, really what I want to know, if they leave you a phone number in North America that you can call. Now, if you're in the States, calling Canada might be a challenge for you. I have long distance in North America, actually some around the world too, so I'm pretty cool that way. But I know that from the States, a lot of you know, can only call in North America, but that's okay. If you get a North American phone number, you really should be picking up the phone and saying, hey, hi, you just subscribed to my list. Awesome. I thought I'd give you a call, see what you're looking for. Now, when you call a lead, I mean, a new subscriber to me, that's a lead. All right, that's somebody that you have really don't know who this person is, but they found you and they subscribe to your list. If you're following what we teach at Contact List Builder, they actually know who you are. They've seen your picture. They know your name. And so you'll become familiar to them. You're familiar to them. You're not a stranger. Your job on this follow-up is not to tell them all about your business or even to sign them up in your business. Your job on the follow-up is simply to find out, what are they looking for? Yeah, overseas you would get absolutely, or anywhere. If they're not somewhere where you can phone them, you get them on Skype. But your goal with this follow-up is to find out what they're looking for. I have a little secret for you guys. That's the goal of your follow-up all the time, is to find out what your prospect needs. What are they looking for here? What is their goal? What are they searching for? Do they have a business? Are they looking for marketing? Because the truth of the matter is, you have something to offer them. You either have a business to offer them or you have resources to help them advertise their business, right? I know you do because you're all connected to me. So new referrals. A new referral could be somebody who's signed up in any one of your marketing programs. If you have their contact information, you want to follow up. You want to make sure they're getting the program set up. Do they have any questions about the program? However you can connect with them, do it. Now, what I want to really stress here is I don't want you focused on the fact that they don't respond. I simply want you to continue to reach out to every single person who comes through your systems. Everyone, as best you can, as often as you can, as much as you can, with the intent that somebody's going to follow up. Somebody's going to go, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to connect with you. It's a numbers game here online. I got to tell you, it's a big numbers game, and depending where your leads are coming from the internet, those numbers can be even bigger. You know, Don will tell you he's a salesman. Don will tell you that the standard numbers in sales are 10, 3, 1. For every 10 people you talk to, 3 people are going to be interested, and 1 person will likely say yes. Now, those are normal statistics. On the internet, to get to those 10 people takes a little bit of work. How many of you have recognized that? When you're on the internet, sales, offline sales, if you're out there and you're hitting your targeted market, 10-3-1, okay? That's 10-3-1. It's going to work that way. I can tell you on the internet, it does work that way, but it takes effort to get to those 10. And that's what you need to understand. Your job to find those 10. That means you have to connect with a lot of people. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're going to talk to 10 people and 10 people, you're going to have 3 that are interested and 1 is going to sign up. It's going to take you a while to get to those 10 people. That's what I mean. Because you actually have to have a conversation with 10 people. It doesn't mean leaving 10 messages. It doesn't mean connecting, you know, sending 10 follow-up messages or leaving 10 phone call messages. It means actually speaking to 10 people. Statistically, 10-3-1. And those statistics can change. They can be higher or lower depending on you and your abilities. Your job here is to connect and find out what your prospects, referrals, leads need. What are they looking for? Okay, so they've joined this program. Now, if they've joined your primary business, well, that's a ball game altogether. If they've joined an online marketing program, you're going to follow up and help them get that program set up so they can use it. Yes. Do you not think you're going to have a loyal subscriber if they've joined a program and you help them get it set up so they can use it? Not everyone needs help, but if you offer it, they're going to be grateful. They just may not tell you that. Now, social networks, I know that a lot of our group here, what I hear from them is they send people on Facebook all the time and they don't respond. You know what, I got to tell you something, okay? People are not glued to Facebook. So they're not sitting there waiting for you to respond, and it may say they're online. That doesn't mean they are. It means their computer's online. They may not be there. They may not be noticing that you sent them a message. Like I can tell you, unless I'm actually looking for people who send me a message, I don't see that they sent me a message. I need to be looking for those notifications. So you need to understand that too. And you need to just keep doing it. When someone adds you to their friends list, they request them to be friends, go and post on their wall. Go send them a message and say, hey, thanks for the friend request. I look forward to connecting. They might be there right now. You start having a conversation. You find out how long they've been in line, what business are they involved in, what are they looking for, what do they do for a living, who are these people? Take a little bit of time, as Marshall Silver says, to be interested rather than interesting. So when you're following up on your autoresponder messages and connecting with people, you want to recommend programs, that's okay, all right? So when you're sending your emails out, okay, to be recommending the products and services you're using. But when you connect with people, your job is to find out what they need, to engage them in a conversation, so that you can give them what they need, not right away. Because your job is an investigator. Think of yourself as some of you, probably the majority of you here, find this a challenge. Yes or no? You would find it a challenge. You do find it a challenge to have conversations with people and try to find out who they are and what they do. You're not sure what questions to ask. You're not sure how to engage them. It's pretty simple, really. But for most people, that's a big challenge. They just aren't really sure how to engage other people. How do I be interested in other people? Just remember that other people like to talk about themselves. So anything that you want to offer to them, do it in the form of a question. Find out what they're doing. Ask them if they're doing certain things. And if you need help with any of that, I'm going to remind you all that you have me on Skype, and I am always available to help you. Well, I shouldn't say always. I do have a life outside of the internet. But if you connect with me on Skype and I'm here and you're out having conversations and need help, I would be happy to do that with you. Because I truly believe that this is where you are lacking. For most of you, you're probably not even doing any of this follow-up. You're not even doing the connecting because it's something that's so foreign to you. And for others, you're just simply struggling at what to say because people just aren't responding. Like you're just not getting the response that you'd like. And so I simply want you to think about relaxing for a bit, thinking about the conversations you're having, to think about the conversations you'd like to have. Get out there and keep doing more. Now, Skype can be your friend or your enemy, but I can tell you that Skype is an amazing tool. And you're going to get some people that aren't going to like the way you use Skype. Let me tell you something, folks. When you start putting yourself out there online, you're going to get people that don't like what you do or how you do it. And that's okay. They don't have to like it. Those aren't people you want to work with. You want to go and find those people who do like what you're doing. So when someone asks to add you to Skype, the first thing you want to do before you accept their request is check their profile. So you just right-click on their name, view their profile, and see what you can learn about them. If they haven't left you much information, you can actually send them a message when they've requested a contact and ask them who they are. Ask them a little more about themselves. You get to decide who's on your contact list, and I encourage you to do that. It takes time. I have to tell you guys, building relationships, getting to know people takes time. It's an investment you want to make. It's an investment you need to make. And on the internet, it takes even more time because you're not sitting over coffee having a conversation with someone. They're strangers to you here on the internet. You can't see their body language. So you have to learn how to read that body language in their conversation. Never assume anything. Your job is an investigator. You're there to discover who these people are. When someone accepts your friend request or they've asked you to connect and you say yes, make sure you engage with them right away. Skype is one place. It's pretty simple to get conversation going. And don't be afraid to click the Skype talk button. You don't have to go on video. You can just be like on the phone. I love Skype. Now, new business leads, these are people who have joined your primary business or they've shown an interest in your primary business, meaning that you have a lead capture page out there that's specific to your business or your product. We have a capture system for our primary health and wellness business, and so when leads come through there, I know that they are specific to that business, and that's what our follow-up is all about. Because obviously this person is looking for this business. This isn't a lead that we're not sure what. This isn't a general lead. This is something that's very specific. And so when we follow up, our questions are going to be very different. You know, thank you for showing your interest in a home business. What is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for the products or are you looking for a business? Your job is to find out what they are looking for and then to show them how you can help them get it. You want to show them that you they're looking for, right? Ultimately, that's your objective. So let's have a little bit of a discussion now about following up. What area is the most difficult for you? Are you having a challenge with questions? And I didn't make a list of them here, and I think that's something I should do in future when we do our follow-up, are the questions that you can be asking your prospect. And you know what? Don't have verbal diarrhea. Sometimes I'm very guilty of verbal diarrhea, long-winded. And really what you want to do, oh, I forgot to turn my phone. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you ask a question, like most leaders out there say, ask a question and then shut up. Ask a question and wait for them to respond. And when they respond, then you're going to ask another question. You'll comment on their response and then ask another question because you want to engage them. You want to find out as much as you can about that person. Has this discussion helped you at all with your follow-up with your prospects coming up in the future, understanding that when you're following up personally, it's not about selling whatever it is you're selling at all in any shape or form. So you have two objectives. Number one is you got to get connected. So you're going to try different things. You're always going to be reaching out to your contacts, your prospects in every way you can to get connected with them. And your job is to find out what are they looking for and how can you offer it to them. And so you need to help them understand who you are. You know, with your autoresponders, you want to be introducing them to the products and services that you have. That's what your autoresponder is designed for, is to introduce them to the products and services you're using. Make sure you're using it that way. And then reach out personally to connect with people. How can I help you? I'm here. Let's connect online. And I'm going to challenge all of you today. And please follow up with me on Skype, follow up with me on Facebook. I want to hear how this works for you. I want you to reach out there today to people who are online. When you get an email that comes in, go and connect with that person right now. Go on social networks where you see that people are actually online and have a conversation. Hi, you're on my list. We haven't connected in a while. Or go and post on there on Facebook and say, hey, I'm online. Who needs help? Because you are all in the help industry. Do you know that? As internet marketers, you are all in the help industry. As network marketers, you are all in the help industry. Your job is not to sell. Your job is to help somebody who's looking for a solution. And the minute you stop selling and you start offering solutions, you'll start seeing a difference in your results. So I'm going to encourage you to take action today, massive action. I want you to go out and connect with people. Let them know you're available. I'm available for a conversation. Anybody want to talk? Get on Skype. Go on Skype and look down your list of contacts and see who's online. Did you know that you can have Skype list your contacts by who's online? Go and see who's online and go say hi to somebody you haven't said hi to in a while. Now, just because they're online doesn't mean they're at your computer, so they may or may not respond. But if you go down your list and you say hi to people who are green, hi, we haven't talked in a while. I was at my computer, thought I could say hi. And then just be interested, find out what they're looking for, find out what they're doing. And as you're asking those questions, think of solutions. As you hear that they have a challenge somewhere, do you have a solution that can help them? Don't shove it down their throat. Simply say, oh, I might have something that could help. When you're talking to someone and they might have a health problem, don't throw your network marketing business down their throat. Simply say, oh, I know, how long has that been a challenge? I might have something that can help that. You know, some of the people in our business are using a product that works. Would you like to know more about that? Let people tell you what they're looking for. Does that make sense? Whatever you took away from today, if you have a blog, I encourage you to go and write a blog post about following up with your prospects, leads, and referrals, and tell people what you learned today in your own words and how it's going to change what you do in the future, because I truly believe it can. I do want to invite you, if you are online daily at 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, please come and join us at the Morning Motivator. We are having a ton of fun right now reading E Cubed by Pam Grout, and it's a book that has 9 energy experiments that prove that manifesting magic and miracles is our full-time gig. And I got to tell you guys, we really are manifest magic and miracles at the Morning Motivator. I'd love to manifest some with you. So come and join us at themorningmotivator.com. We'd love to see you. And then we'll be back here next Saturday. Now, next Saturday, guys, special guest, special treat. Mark your calendars. Make sure you're here. Matthew Graves. Do y'all know who Matthew Graves is? I just launched the new Legends mailer with Matthew in October. We're having a great time with the program, and this week he's going to be launching the marketing system aspect of Legends mailer, the mentoring part of it. And I can't wait, because that's what it's been kind of the biggest part of Legends mailer since it got started, and I'm really excited for Matthew to come and introduce you to what he does and how this system can work for you. And let me tell you something, that the systems that Matthew has really do work. They work extremely well for me and have for many years. So make sure you're here, set your calendars, be here next Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and come and learn all about Matthew Graves and his amazing systems. And right now, I would like to invite you, if you're up to it, to come and join us over at the Legends Network and learn about TLN destinations, how you can travel the world at a fraction of a cost of traveling any other way. And more importantly, come and learn how to learn from the legends in industry, because there are interviews in the Legends Network that can give you information that will take your business places it's never been before. You can get down and get dirty, as we say, with the people who are very successful out there, you know, millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, who are sharing their secrets as Val gets down and dirty with them. And TLN is a little more than that, than just learning, although that's the biggest part of it to me. It's the subscription service is well worth what you're going to get from the interviews in the back office. If you're a traveler, being able to travel is a bonus. You don't have to pay extra for that. But for me, the income opportunity at the Legends Network is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and it's a very creative compensation plan that's very easy to understand and very powerful. So I do encourage you to come and check us out at tlnwebinar.com. We will be there for the next hour. And I am on Skype. I would love to have a conversation with you. I would love to get to know you more. I would love to know one-on-one where you are stuck and how I can truly help you. That is my mission in life. My mission in life, my passion is to help as many people as I can to overcome those barriers that have them stuck, to help them really and truly figure out how to make this work for them. So get in touch with me. You'll find me on Skype at Janet Legere. I'm here to help you. That's my passion in life. So let's have some fun together. Let's grow together. I'm looking forward to helping you grow. We'll see you next week here at Get Live Training. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Dawn, for that amazing talk. Looking forward to more inspiration next week. You guys, remember, be happy. See you next week, everyone. Have a phenomenal day.